For all of your insurance needs, look no further than our primary sponsor, Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency. The ATX OG has been insuring Austin for over 3 decades. And get this, Jim Saxton is a Longhorn legacy. He is the son of the late, great James Saxton, who was a Heisman finalist. Be sure to give him a call, or better yet, visit his website, saxtoninsurance.com, and tell him that the stories inside the Man Cave Boys recommended you.
Wake your ass up
or take a damn nap.
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have.
It's time.
Sean, you were twerking. That's going to happen.
Murph, don't be a dick all your life.
It's one of the more fun podcasts I've ever done.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're not talking about sports in the man cave, I better not say you not a man.
That's it.
They did a nice job of laying off some borderline pitches and fighting with 2 strikes. So, credit their hitters. Just not Pete's day today.
It was not a good debut in the Super Regionals Game 1 for the Texas Longhorns today, that being Friday. Texas Longhorns started off Super Regional play for all of college baseball, the 16 remaining teams remaining in Division I in college baseball. Texas at East Carolina in Greenville, North Carolina. One stat here before we get going with this. East Carolina, they're not new to success in college baseball. This was the 32nd time that these guys, the East Carolina Pirates, have been to regional play. They have been to 7 super regionals, but they've never made it to Omaha. Texas has been to Omaha, the College World Series, 37 times. That's more than East Carolina has been to postseason play. But East Carolina, great ball club. Of course, their stadium there, they set a record, I believe, today with attendance. That usually happens, if you've noticed, whenever Texas plays or comes to their park, an opposing team's park. One thing, they had a broken record attendance, I think about 5,500, and their fans align the outfield. It's called the Jungle. Bad. So it was really tough for Texas. They played well kind of early. They did have 3 home runs today, and we'll get to that shortly, but losing 13-7 in Game 1 of this best 2 of 3 game Super Regional Series. Of course, the winner advancing to Omaha. So Texas now, the Longhorns are on the ropes, as that's what we're talking about here in episode 143, College Baseball Super Regionals. And we'll get into the Women's College World Series. That was a fantastic run for Texas. OU just on another level compared to the rest of the country. But you just heard David Pierce, the Texas Longhorns head coach in his 6th season. The All-American, Pete Hansen, the pitcher, just didn't have a great day. Did not have a good day. Only 4 innings pitched. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits, 5 earned runs given up, and only 3 capital Ks, that being strikeouts for Hansen. So not a good debut, but give credit to ECU. Some great hitters in that lineup. Those guys really, really were on point when facing. They obviously did their scouting, but it's not just that. That's a good hitting team. Hey, by the way, this episode brought to us by these guys, Honest Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They pretty much have the north region of Austin. That's what they cover and serve, and they're based out of Hutto and other areas like that, Round Rock, Georgetown, Cedar Park, Leander. Honest AC and Plumbing. They're known for standing behind a handshake agreement, which means they're confident in their services. So give those guys a call or look them up on their Facebook page, Honest Air Conditioning and Plumbing. By the way, go ahead and like all of our social media platforms, if you will. That'd be a huge, significant favor. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And new to the lineup of social media platforms, I'm way behind on that, TikTok. So we're just now have a presence on TikTok. So you heard David Pierce talk about the Longhorns in this Game 1 loss, 13-7, the final there. They're going to have to really perform in Game 2, that being Saturday morning. Lucas Gordon will go to the hill. He's one of those pitchers that Texas has really been able to develop because of the struggles in the bullpen. Those struggles in the bullpen really revealed themselves again against East Carolina. They exposed UT's bullpen, and that is the one glaring weakness, if you will, of this Texas ball club. And they had a great regional, in my opinion, but the super regional, the bullpen was ineffective, as we've seen so much this year. I'm just shocked, really, because I really thought Stevens was developing in the bullpen. That guy, it has the heart of a lion and a true competitor. The bullpen's just not where they should be. If game one is any indication of where the Longhorns are, because if they go to Omaha, they're going to be really tested. But who's to say that Texas can't do this? We'll find out definitely game two tomorrow. Why, if you think about it, pressure, any form of pressure when your season's on the line, win or lose situation, I've seen, and I'm sure you have as well. It's amazing who all rises to the occasion to really figure out what the team is made of. Pressure creates results, and that goes to anything in life. So, having said that, there were a few highlights in this game. Of course, the 3 home runs. We'll get to one of them here shortly. But Murphy Staley, the guy who's a utility guy, was playing right field. If you missed it, this catch I'm about to show you, unbelievable, truly defines what giving yourself up for the team in the postseason. This was absolutely beautiful because that ballpark is it's configured tightly. This was Staley's catch, talking about earlier in the game, one of that super regional against East Carolina.
Makarevich, hard hit double, and now he hits this high, not very deep right field, and it's drifting, and what a catch by Staley as he topples over the fence, and he...
Yeah, no problem. And if he had any kind of bump or bruise, he just basically said, don't rub it. I'm not rubbing it. Moving forward, great catch, Murphy Staley. That guy has been nails all season as on defense, because David Pierce has said it so many times. This team they take pride in their defense, and the guy, great stick, phenomenal hitter. But this is what Staley had to say about that. Obviously, postseason, big plays like that happen quite often, or you just play on another level.
Obviously, it's playoffs. You got to leave it on the line, leave your body on the line. But yeah, I think it gave us an energy boost, and then we got a couple big hits after that. But they scored more runs.
Yeah, you can't avoid that. That's exactly what he said. I mean, that's exactly what happened. Plays like that, he ignited the team. Texas did really I thought they, in those last 3 innings, I thought they were going to rally. They were making a rally, but ECU got out of the inning and they responded with more runs themselves. Of course, 3 home runs in that game 1 against ECU, all of them big mashes. Hodo, and of course, the one we've come to realize, and everyone across the country has been watching, the Hispanic Titanic. Well, this may go down as one of the deepest, hardest hit home runs. And what's more impressive was it was hit in postseason play in the Super Regionals. This was Ivan Melendez's 31st. Hate to see you go by.
That's crunched. Oh, my. Nobody's going to move as that one clears the trees in left field. Ivan Melendez.
Wow. Just wow. No doubter. Out of the park, on campus somewhere. I'm sure somebody found the ball by now. But that was an impressive piece of hitting and the power that we have all admired and marveled at all season. I mean, obviously, we saw a little bit of it last year, but this season, God, Ivan Melendez, he will be missed for sure as that Texas Longhorns go without him. But they're going to need him tomorrow and for the rest of the postseason. Need the entire lineup to continue producing. But, 13 hits today didn't get it done. Texas gave up 15 hits. Of course, the big deal was the jungle, that being the fans in the outfield. It was fun watching that. I think all the Longhorns can say, you know what, that's what makes playing environments, hostile environments, so fun. I'm going to bring up a graphic here. This is the Super Regional field, and I'm going to remove this. So as I'm recording this, Tennessee, the top seed, is getting hammered at home in game one of their Super Regional against, Notre Dame. Notre Dame, who many thought should have hosted a regional. Notre Dame's solid ball club, but big shout out to Skip Johnson, the former pitching coach for Augie Garrido at Texas, the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. They took game one from Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, Virginia, in an impressive way. They withstood a rally by Vautech, and Skip Johnson is one win away from his first trip to the College World Series as a head coach. Of course, he has a great pedigree from junior college all the way up from Navarro, Texas, under Augie Garrido, and just an incredible guy. Friend of the podcast, by the way. But Skip Johnson and the Sooners representing the Big 12 as well as Texas. A&M Louisville about to start as we are recording this. But keep an eye on it. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I've been wrong a lot this year because there's so much parity in college baseball. Look out for UConn to possibly leave and win that Super Regional to go to the College World Series in Omaha. The nephew of the Tom Penders is the head coach of UConn. The Penders have a significant presence in UConn athletics, having played for coach there. Tom Penders, the former Texas Longhorns men's basketball coach, his nephew, the head coach of UConn. And Tom Penders was actually played, I believe, on the last time that UConn went to Omaha. He and his brother played for UConn. So that's where we stand with the Super Regionals, and it's going to be a fun weekend. These always are, the Sweet 16 of college baseball. It is a lot of fun. It's fun. You know what else is fun is the Women's College World Series. If you've not been to a game, it is really fun. And because when I worked in Oklahoma City, I went in there. I grew up watching a little bit of the Women's College World Series, but I was excited to see it up close in person. I was there for 6 years, so I covered 6 Women's College World Series. And by year 2, I was hooked, just like I was on the NBA, having covered the Thunder there. And Women's College World Series, fast-paced, exciting. The stadium, the Oklahoma Sports Foundation there, and the Hall of Fame Stadium and USA Softball all housed there. They really, just like the Dell Diamond with the Round Rock Express, they try to improve something with that facility every year, and they have. And that thing, the remodeled, renovated stadium there now holds well over 13,000 people, and it is grown this year, more eyes, a lot of young ladies watching it, idolizing players, even players like Kat Osterman of the past. There's so many. And they got to see a Texas Longhorn team that really caught fire the last month or so of the season, then went through that magical run in the regionals against Washington, and then going to Fayetteville, Arkansas, down a game in the Super Regional and won the last 2, and then made that run all the way to the National Championship Series against Oklahoma, who is a modern-day dynasty, capturing their 6th national championship. And it's Oklahoma, and there's a big gap than everyone else. That's how it is right now. Oklahoma has a program that has so much sustainable success. Patty Gasso, the head coach, has been there forever. But Mike White, I think that he's got something brewing with this Texas Longhorns softball program. And he talked about the growth of the program while he was in Oklahoma City, because there were over 1 million plus viewers during those games in which the Longhorns played, namely against the Sooners. And this is the Texas softball coach talking about the growth of women's college softball.
Whenever you get someone to come and watch women's fast pitch, they want to come back. And so that's always been the challenge, is getting them back. Now we're seeing, like, you walk past a restaurant and you'll see the game on. People are invested in this game right now and love it. So to be on ABC, that's another big step for us. And hopefully, I wish we could have made a little better game, a little closer. But, the fact is they got to see some really good plays and some good hits and some good pitching on TV. And we keep spreading the word. We all got to be ambassadors for the game, and that's what I want to be. And I want our team to be as well, ambassadors for the
Hey, sign me up. I'm an ambassador for the WCWS. No doubt about that. That is a fun game, and those were fun games to watch. And I look forward to seeing Texas hopefully make that scene again. Of course, the support for women's college softball, if you noticed it on social media, and a lot of people supporting the Longhorns here locally here in Austin, Texas, it jumped on board. And, they had some phenomenal players. Janae Jefferson, 4-time All-American. That's impressive. You know what else is impressive? One of our sponsors who gets their own segment. Yeah, manscaping in the man cave, and they are evolving just as quickly as college athletics is with NIL and everything. Well, Manscaped.com always brings out a new line of products. The latest one is called the Ultra Smooth Package. And this may be my favorite because I did love the other one, the recent package with the tools, the Lawnmower 4.0, all the clippers shaving different parts of the male body. We have hair everywhere, and we got to maintain it. Significant others can vouch for that. But in this new package, the Ultra Smooth Package, that is, the crop exfoliator. Yeah, it's a gentle exfoliant for your groin area. Just because the sun doesn't hit it doesn't mean you don't need to groom it or take care of it. So you got to take care of those man bits constantly. And then the crop gel, it's a clear groin shaving gel. It doesn't sound like a desirable location or region or area code that you must be shaving, but you got to take care of it, and this will help you. And of course, this small razor that I love right here, it's about this big. Yeah, we're talking about size of things. The razor, small, easily, it's easy to navigate that bad boy. And if you jump on manscaped.com, order those products or any of the products, but I highly recommend the Ultra Smooth Package and the emphasized package. Use this promo code MANCAVE20, all together, MANCAVE20, and you will receive 20% off when you check out and use that promo code.
Hey y'all, Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
Yeah, that is Kevin Hutchison, our guy, another one of our beautiful, amazing sponsors who are friends of the program here. And he is the sponsor of Tik Tokking in the Man Cave as we wrap things up here. Kevin Hutchison, he's been in the real estate game for home real estate, personal real estate needs. Everyone I've talked to just talks about how enjoyable of experience that and easy that he made the process for them. He now sells homes. He's a home selling dude, San Antonio and Austin and all the areas in between. He is one of those guys that's laid back, true Austin to the core. He's a unicorn like myself, one of the natives of Austin, and he gets it, and he knows the areas, everywhere to look. So give Kevin Hutchison a call and email him as well. You can find the information. Of course, we have his information on the Twitter site at Stories Man Cave. So go ahead and follow that Twitter page as well. And I will be sure to post K Hutch's information for you because he has done some phenomenal work, and he just makes it easy because it's such a stressful situation, the entire process buying a home. All right, so our Tik Tokking video of the week, that I found recently, this really angered me a little bit. Almost blew a fuse. Come on. when you go to a baseball game, Major League Baseball, first off, you're there to have a good time, make some memories. Beers are outrageously priced, as we all know. They're even that way at some college baseball venues. You pay $8 to $10 for a beer, and if you're with a group, have some fun at a baseball game. And if you're not bothering anyone in front of you, or there's vacant seats around you or benches, why should anything be a problem with creating a beer pyramid? I'm too old for that. Those guys built beer pyramids. They once happened in my life about 25 years ago, or 25 plus. But yeah, this is what happened. And Usher just decided to be a Grinch, if you will, in this Tik Tokking in the Man Cave video.
A couple opportunities here tonight to really open this game. Oh, there we go. Sir. I've had a couple opportunities here tonight to really open this game. Oh, there we go. Sir.
That guy was a penis for doing that. Come on, man. Don't do that. People are having fun. We may not know the whole story, but I thought that was a dick move right there to do that. Just ruin the beautiful beer cup pyramid. There's people out there like that. Some people just don't like to see others have a good time. Anyway, hey, episode 143 coming to a close. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who has supported this podcast since day one. And we've got some things brewing on the horizon. Of course, the feature stories that you may have seen that I'm dropping on the social media platforms, YouTube and Instagram, and of course on Facebook. The stories inside the Man Cave Podcast Facebook page and Instagram page and YouTube feature stories. We put together a couple of features recently on the Occupy Left Field Foundation. It's a name, image, and likeness organization, or a group, if you will, which is helping the Texas baseball program not only help fund and offset the costs for the Texas Longhorns and the baseball team, because if you didn't know, 11.7 scholarships, that's all Division I college baseball teams are allotted, and they spread that out amongst 35 to 40 of their players. So as you could imagine, the cost of education college, they've got to fend for that, figure out a way. But those players have an obligation to volunteer their time with the nonprofit groups in which Occupy Left Field Foundation are partnered with, namely one of them, RBI Austin, doing great things for the inner city youth of Austin, Texas. I can attest to that. I'm entering my 7th year of mentorship. Shout out to Leontre, my mentee. He was this tall when I started, and he's way above me now as a senior, about to be a senior in high school. Proud of that kid. We'll have to have Leontre on for an episode. So check out those 2 stories, part 1 and 2, and we'll continue to pump out some good feature stories like that, because we're all about the community here at Stories Inside the Man Cave. And for the OG Man Cave boys who helped me get this all started way back in 2020, literally at the beginning of the COVID lockdown, and that is Big Mike, Coach Mo, and Hardball Harge. We are out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.